just when you think it's safe to go out into the high street. Yeah, I've just been handed a small tract by a rather gormless looking religious type from the local Baptist church, The Forgiveness of Sins. And it's in color as well. And then there's somebody, I don't know who it is, who writes, I think it's a pastor. He's writing about a story that happened to him and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, what I like about this one is it's, when you open it up, it says, when I walk through crowds of people, I see some intent on pleasure and some on business. Some look rich and some look poor. But there isn't a man or woman alive that doesn't need their sins forgiven, or they will be condemned forever in the last day. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's really a heartwarming message. Which is why I want to ask him, what's he on about? Forgiveness. I've always wondered about this idea of forgiveness. You know, if you're a sinful person, okay, we only use the word sinful. If you are an immoral person, and then you find God, and God goes, yeah, it's fine. What have you learned from that? You've not learned anything really, have you? Forgiving is fine. It's if you just want any wrongdoing that you've done to be just forgotten about, which is very, very handy for the perpetrator. I think it's one of the attractions of Christianity. But I think I'm going to double back and ask this guy his take on it. Hi. Yes. Just looking at your tractor, whoever's talking, he says, when I look through crowds of people, I see people intent on pleasure and business, but everybody needs their sins forgiven, or they will be condemned forever in the last day. I mean, is that a very nice message to be giving to all these people during their shopping today?
Well, it's a question not whether it's nice, it's a question whether it's true.
Exactly.
If it is true, then it's a good message that it offers them forgiveness and a way to get out of that, isn't it?
Or they'll be condemned forever.
Well, if that's the truth, then
so you're
telling them the truth
you're just
is
hedging
not bad thing.
You're hedging your bets, aren't you? In case it's true, you don't want to be...
Not in case, I mean, we know it's true, otherwise we'd be telling people, would we? But then we're giving them the opportunity to escape from the condemnation, whatever word you just said. I haven't actually read this. I know the message.
So where does the condemnation come from, and what form does it take?
Well, it comes from God upon man because of what sin means, which is basically rebellion against God. And so God obviously has to condemn people who rebel against him. That's everyone.
But why not forgive everyone? I mean...
Well, yeah, he offers them forgiveness, so they had to accept it.
But if my child did a naughty thing,
right,
and didn't want forgiveness or didn't ask for it, I wouldn't throw him into a pit. That's basically what your God is saying, isn't it?
Well, he's the judge, and that's different from you. You're not going to judge your child, are you? He does a naughty thing, I don't know. Maybe he does something against you. You have to judge him and do something, won't you? So.
Yeah, see, I don't believe that there is a God. So I think all this was invented by mankind to keep other members of mankind in check, you know? Right. Follow these rules, and if you don't, you burn. And you get some wonderful reward if you do follow them.
Okay.
I mean, what are some things which you would consider sins? I mean, you personally.
Well, that actually means everything. Everything you possibly think of.
Yeah.
And more, because sin is any deviation from God's perfect standards. Since God is God, his level of understanding is much greater than ours. So the fact that we deviate from it, we might not even realise it. We might think, it's okay, you know.
So if we don't realise it, how can we be condemned for it in such a harsh way? Because if he's so much greater than us.
Yeah, I mean a particular sin, but the general sin, the fact that we're going against God, we all are conscious of that.
Not everyone believes in the Christian God. There are a lot of people who are brought up Hindu or a Muslim or not believing in anything. You know, gods, if they exist, are sort of inconveniently invisible.
Right. Well, that's why it says in the Bible that the whole of creation is out there and basically screaming at us, telling us that there's something greater than ourselves.
Well, maybe, but it doesn't say exactly what that is.
No, but everyone's conscious in some way that there is a creator out there.
I think everyone's aware of this idea of God, which people invented, because everyone's heard of God in the Bible and religion and all that.
Some people might not have done.
But I don't think you can interpret that as, everybody knows that a specific God exists.
Not a specific God, but they're aware of the deity. They're aware of his creation, his requirements. The Bible says it's all written on man's hearts. The moral law. How do you know it's wrong to kill people and things like that?
Well, I think people have learned that over many, many, many years. You kill people, you steal, you lie, adultery, that kind of thing. It's going to cause harm to someone else, and we can all relate to feeling pain, so we learned it ourselves. It's not because it's written on our hearts, whatever that means.
Right.
Yeah, but that's just my interpretation.
You don't think people have a natural consciousness of what's right and wrong? Or?
I think some do, yeah. I mean, everyone's different. I mean, I don't want to hurt anyone at all, but I don't think it was given to me. I think I learned that. I think my parents taught me that.
So this guy who's in America, who they said his parents spoiled him so much, he's a millionaire's kid, he doesn't know right from wrong.
Yeah.
Did you buy that then? So he could go around killing people and nobody could convict him of any crimes?
Well, everyone is different. That's the thing. And some people have mental illnesses, and some people are spoilt. And yeah, it's up to society to sort of reinforce, the laws. And we have our own laws, But it depends. I mean, what sort of things would, for instance, God consider a sin that most people don't, like homosexuality, that kind of thing? Is that something that you need forgiveness for if somebody were gay, for instance?
Yeah, that might be more obvious, because if you go back a generation or so, most people would say that was wrong, to be honest.
That's because they didn't understand
offense,
it.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, in my lifetime, when I was at university, it was a crime.
Yeah.
Under 21 or something. Yeah. So obviously there's.
But that's something that human beings decided, wasn't it? Like human
that's
beings.
actually in the Bible.
And so is slavery. But human beings decided that's not right anymore. We're going to put a stop to that. And I don't think God ever in the Bible said stop owning people as property.
Oh, slavery is. I don't think that. I mean, it's encouraging people in the New Testament to get their freedom. So there's an implication that it's not a good idea.
Yeah, but it still says you can beat them and everything. And
I don't think it says that. I see the Quran, though.
No, that's in the Old Testament.
You beat your slaves?
Leviticus, I think, yeah.
I think it's a totally different concept there. It's more like they're servants, if you're going to translate it properly.
Oh, the indentured servitude thing, yeah.
You've heard he thinks, haven't you? So, yeah.
No, that's the way you look at it. But it does say in Leviticus, for the slave is your property, or the man is your property.
Oh, yes, that's right, yeah.
So why didn't God come down and say, stop that? That's not right.
I think that was ordained, though, wasn't it? If it's actually provided in the Old Testament law, but I don't think it's anything like the concept of slavery that we would have, and whether we would use that word today, the way we read it, for those people then, I don't think we would we? We'd use something else. Like
but we wouldn't have indentured servitude today, would we?
I mean, if people wanted to be servant, in that sense.
Yeah.
As they are today, really, aren't they? There's Commandment, so everyone's a wage slave, aren't they? So
in a way.
You've got to work to get your money.
So what other tracts have you got there?
I haven't got many, because this guy, I got some good ones for you, but my leader's just walked off with him because he wanted to put we're just winding up some stickers on. If you come along here, I can give you this one, because I've probably winded up there. That's all the events this week, yeah. You go and go along to that church that's just around the corner, and they can give you any tract. Or come on Saturday. If you come round here, they'll all be standing around here, and someone will be preaching, and he'll have the whole table out with every different tract he's got. So.
Craft morning, okay. Well, you never know.
So in the afternoon, 3 o'clock. I think it's is it the top bit?
Yes.
Written it on there.
Open air cafe.
Open air Saturday it should be, 3 o'clock. Well, that's when it is anyway, if it's not written on there. And then we're doing all this again, but with
all events feature a talk on the Christian faith. I might have known. There's a catch.
There's a catch. That's to let you know, otherwise you might think, I'm here on false pretenses. So you get something to sabotage,
right.
to ambush you.
All right, I'll let you carry on. Anyway, thanks for talking with me.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Well, that guy there didn't stop grinning the whole way through. And he didn't quite know how to answer the questions about slavery and homosexuality and all that, but I think he did agree that things that are condemned in the Bible aren't condemned by us because, well, we tend to be more moral than what's in the Bible. So maybe he'll go away and think about that.